So as you may know, I love doing challenge videos. Some of my recent ones have been doing a comic or a random fusion challenge. So today we're back again for another challenge. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've seen a lot of videos online about doing like random color palettes on TikTok and YouTube. So this past week I tried to challenge myself and see if I can do this myself. My goal was to try my best to take a random color palette and just make a cohesive artwork only using those colors. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over my thought process as we watch a time lapse of me drawing from start to finish. This was definitely one of the more challenging ones because I had to be a lot more creative with how I use my colors, and you will see that as we go further into the video. But yeah, without any more delay, let's get started. I went ahead off screen and got my color palette. I knew going into this that I was gonna have to really think about how I use these colors. Having a restriction on myself was really tough because there were many colors that I would normally rather use. I hardly ever use like some of these, like the green and stuff, like this color green. So it was really like tough for me to come up with like an idea. And you'll see later on kind of like how I had to improvise using these colors. For now though, I was just trying to come up with an idea, like a concept of what I wanted the drawing to be. That way I could just focus on the real challenge, which was using the colors. This is also kind of challenging because right now I was kind of going through an art block and it was really hard for me to like just even think of ideas. But nevertheless, after spending a lot of time looking up references and coming up with an idea, I finally found a good concept that I wanted to try, and yeah, we could finally move forward with the real challenge. So as you saw, I did use black and white for the sketching and the line art phase, but I kind of felt like it kind of defeats the purpose. I can only use these colors, so I only used it for that part, and then I took it out immediately for the final design. So normally when I'm making my illustrations, I like to use the multiply and hard light layer. That way I can get good shadows and good lighting. However, I felt like this was also cheating if I did that because it kind of changes the colors on them, and I felt like that was kind of a cop-out. This made it really tricky because I really wanted to make sure there was a good contrast in colors, and since I was limited to these, I had to make sure I picked and choose exactly where I put all the shadows so it didn't blend in too much with the next color right next to it. A good trick for checking to make sure you have good contrast is to just make a separate layer, put it in black and white mode, and yeah, just go back and forth, seeing where you need to make changes and go from there. So yeah, I spent a pretty long time going back and forth trying to figure out which colors to use, where to put them, and just like changing my mind constantly. And I'm sure there are more skilled artists out there that can make any color work. I'm not that guy. So please enjoy this time lapse and me struggling as I try to finish the final artwork. So here's my final design. So I know in theory these colors are supposed to be easy to put together, but I swear I could not figure it out for the life of me. That said, now that I have a fresh eye on it and I'm looking at the artwork again, it doesn't look too bad. I think I found a good way to make them work despite having like only 6 colors I could use. I was trying to make the brick background look kind of like it was shaded in the center and have like edges like light up, but I don't think it came out that way at all. However, I did add shadows to the pole and the little like mirror light thing, whatever this is, and I think that really helped bring the piece together. However, this was a really good challenge for me to try and be more creative and push myself to think out of the box more. I think this is really good for people if you're kind of in a funk, because I was in the art block, like I said, and this kind of helped me get back into the groove of things. I also want to try a monochromatic challenge as well, you know, just using one color but like different shades of it. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Let me know down below kind of your thoughts, if I should do this again, if I did a good job this time, you know, just anything you feel like. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and thank you. Bye.